Okay,
We
fantastic.
are ready. We are live in Jumbo Team and recording to the cloud.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, well, welcome everyone to our 90-day sprint. I know a lot of people will be catching the recording of this. So for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Nicole Dennis, and that there is my husband, Justin. And we are very blessed and grateful to be Ambassador Diamonds in ASEA. So as a group of diamonds in our team, which includes Sally Diamond, perfect name, right? And Janine Babauskas, we decided we would run this 90-day program again because we ran it last year. So I wanted to just give a little bit of context and pre-framing to like the importance of a 90-day program. And so, you know, we can't go and go and go for like our whole life continuously, right? Or we burn out, but it's really good to have bursts of activity. So for myself personally, this year, I had a huge burst of activity, February, March, April. We had the Australian Envision event, the peak performance training, which I'm very heavily, well, Melissa Cotter and I pretty much organized that, like, you know, pull the whole thing together. And then, you know, I was like getting the Redox Rockstars funnels launched, launching a new website for our team. And by early May, I was like, I need to just kind of pull back and have a little bit more downtime. So in May, I kind of like took the foot off the accelerator a bit. I was still working, but I wasn't going at the frenetic pace that I had been for the previous 3 months because I needed to be like have a little bit of time to recharge. And I think that that is a way that can work well for a lot of people is to have these bursts of activity. And then, you know, it's not like you don't work in the in-between phases, but you're not as like on. So that's, you know, the power of a 90-day sprint. It has a finite time frame and, you know, you can really, really get a lot done in a 90-day period. So for those of you who were at the Envision Peak Performance Training, you might have seen the panel that Bart Cotter did. We do have the recordings of that. Fen is in the process of uploading those. So I'll send that out to people who are registered for this 90-day challenge. But he did a panel where he had myself and some of the other people that had, you know, reached the diamond and above ranks in ASEA, and he went through what they had done in their first 90 days of ASEA. And we'd all enrolled a lot of people. We had a lot of activity in our first 90 days that turned into a very big organization for all of us. So you can use this opportunity as a 90-day focus. Doesn't matter whether, you know, you have joined ASEA a while ago, you could be like 90 days, I'm going to really have some focused energy, and that can put you a very good foundation in place that you can like basically then leverage that as a platform to reach a very big goal that you might have set in, you know, the next 12 to 18 months. Like if you do a really focused 90 days and you put a good, strong platform in, it really does give you the basis to be able to achieve the diamond rank in, you know, 18 months. Like if you do that, but you need that focus, you need the foundation and the platform. So that's the important little bit about our context about the importance of a 90-day sprint. And Justin and I have done this quite a few times over the course of ASEA. Yes, Justin.
You may have to make some agreements with the people in your life, like tell the family that you're busy a lot trying to create freedom while creating freedom for their future lives. And yeah, that sort of thing. But just think about that. If you can really knuckle down for 90 days and create the environment to be conducive of that, such as asking partners and family to give you some time and space to do the work you need to do, get the hubbies or the partners to cook more dinners and tidy up and do all that sort of stuff and support you. It makes a massive difference. So communicate what you're doing so people get the context of these next 90 days for you. These are critical to your future years. So it's an investment.
Yeah. So, you know, and schedule your time, your daily time that you're going to spend. It might be like, you might ask, you know, that like someone in your household cooks dinner a couple of nights a week to free up some time. You know, maybe if you've got family still at home, you can spend that time being present with your kids. So then you can like possibly like have it like some time, an hour or a couple of hours to work on your business. So make sure you like schedule it in a way that works for your lifestyle, but it's very important to schedule the time. So I'm going to jump in now and we'll take some questions at the end and go through this just short overview of the 90-day sprint. So our commitment to you is we're going to have a weekly coaching an accountability call, which will be this call, and we will record it and make it available if you can't attend live. So I've sent the link out in an email for those of you who've registered, where people can register for this challenge. People from your team, you can still enroll them and register them into that. Just get them to register on that link, because that's how we're going to know who to send the recordings out to via email, okay? And some worksheets and different things like that. So that just helps us to be easier from an administration perspective if you send everyone to that link to enroll, so we can make sure everyone gets the recordings and everything sent out straight away. We're going to give you some specific training and processes, and then we're going to have some special guests to come and inspire you as well. That was very popular last year. And we're going to go through a clear daily method of operation to make sure you're focused on the right activities. So we don't want you focused on busy work. You need to be focused on the activities that grow your business. So what you're going to commit to is 1 to 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, you know, depending on what works. And for your lifestyle, you work out what's going to work. Some people can be super efficient and get a ton done in an hour. Some people it might take them a little longer. But, you know, if you're focused in an hour, you can get a lot done in 1 hour a day if you are laser focused. Be accountable and responsible for your business by completing the tasks from the weekly call. You need to be coachable and willing to grow. So taking feedback, breaking through your blocks and fears. We all have blocks. We all have fears. We all need to update and change things all of the time. Justin and I do all of the time. We're like, wow, not doing so well in this area, doing good in this area. Always need to be reevaluating. And, you know, we want you to review the 90-day commitment and accountability agreement, which I'll be sending out to you guys today. Yes.
The funny thing is, when we are growing and stretching, the actual stretching part is uncomfortable, right? It's sometimes painful. But after you stretch, it feels so good. Like who you become as a person, that is the ultimate goal of the ASEA opportunity. And yeah, have some faith in your ability, and you are more capable than what you are probably thinking right now. And so go through the uncomfortable phase and get the reward of the like, wow, I did it phase.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the potential of this? So if you really are focused in this, you can, you know, easily achieve the rank of bronze, and, you know, you can create a consistent bronze business where you're getting paid at bronze every week. So this is really the potential to create a 2K plus USD per month residual income. And I'm going to use US dollars. You'll often see me do this in all of my training, because we are a global business. Even though we're here in Australia, we've got team all over the world. And, you know, US dollars is recognized as the most, you know, kind of universal currency still. So you can position yourself as well. So by doing this over the next 3 months, which is why we have it at this time of year, you can position yourself to qualify for the 2020 Ascent trip. So the Ascent trip is all about getting paid at the bronze and above ranks. We have a lot of people that are over in Ascent at the moment. Well, are in the US. The Ascent starts in a couple of days. So hopefully we'll be seeing some wonderful updates of their experience. It's a fantastic trip to qualify for. And you also have the opportunity right now to qualify for additional incentive trips, because there's some really cool initiatives going on all around the world. So let me just go through what they are. If you're in Australia and New Zealand, you can qualify for the Reach for the Beach trip to Bali from the 11th to the 15th of December. I'm not going to go through all of the qualifications. They're in the virtual office for these, because there's different ones for all different parts of the world. The UK and Europe, if you're in the UK and Europe, you can qualify for the Winter Wonderland trip to Norway, which looks really beautiful to see the Northern Lights. For people in Singapore, Philippines, not the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. That is a typo. It is not the Philippines. That's not available for the Philippines. You can earn travel dollars and ASEA convention tickets, free ASEA convention tickets. And the USA and Canada, you can also earn travel dollars and free ASEA USA international convention tickets. Okay, so we're going to also have weekly prizes. We did this last week. We'll have recognition for our top 5 on the weekly call, and you'll receive a gift. You'll get a choice of a book. We'll get one for the top enroller with the team member with the most enrollments each week of the challenge, and then also the top contactor. And this we measured through Genie, so we can only measure the top contactor through Genie. So you need to be using Genie to track your contacts to be eligible for that contactor prize. Okay, so one thing that we're gonna get you to all do this week is to set up your why and goals. So we have in the share guide, you can complete your why. So we'll send out, this is on the Shine Bright Team website, the share guide, but we'll send it out a link to this as well with the recording of today's training. And you're also going to complete your 30, 60 and 90-day goals. So we've got this little sheet we did last year, and we want you to fill that in, put it somewhere you're going to see it, and that's your 30, 60 and 90-day goals for this 90-day sprint. And we'll set up a 90-day sprint unit in the Shine Bright Team Facebook group as well, where we'll place all of the recordings and things like that. So you can just go back and access them if you need to. And we're going to share these with your accountability group. So we'll be getting you to set those up this week as well. So we did these last year. They were really popular. Some of the accountability groups have kept going. So it was a small group of people where you can kind of like meet regularly. Some of them set up a Facebook Messenger group, different ways of communicating on a daily basis about how they're going, their challenges and their struggles and things like that. So the accountability groups allow you to get support from a leader that already has runs on the board with the CR. So they might be, anywhere from a Director 700 to a Diamonds and above, for the accountability groups. But they've got some experience with doing this. They'll set up a way for you to check in with how you've gone with completing your daily method of operation and supporting you with any challenges you need. And a lot of them last year had a weekly, smaller group session where they could interact with just a small group where they could actually talk through their issues. And we'll send the information out on how you can join a group. So this afternoon, you get an email with a recording of this call, a link to the share guide to do your why and to complete your 90-day goals, a link to set up your accountability groups and agreements. So, if you can do all of this today, tomorrow, that would be really great. And daily method of operation guide. And Justin's going to go through in more detail next Monday about the daily method of operation so that you can, get really clear on that. But don't let that stop you from contacting and inviting and following up this week because, a lot of you are already doing that and know how to do that. So our calls will be weekly. So this challenge runs from starting today through till the 27th of September. And the next call will be on Monday, the 17th of June, and it will be at midday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne time, 10 a.m. for Perth, Singapore, Philippines, 2 p.m. in New Zealand, and in the United States, it's actually 7 p.m. Pacific time, Los Angeles. So it's the night before in the United States. I haven't put Europe up there because they will have to watch the recording because it's 3 a.m. in the morning in London. So they won't be joining us live, the Europeans. And it's just on this Zoom ID every week. So yeah, today was just a bit of a setup. We'll be sending out some things and I want you to be definitely sharing those with your upline support team, your goal and your why. That's really important. We know when Justin and I are personally coaching and mentoring people, we need to know what your why is and what your goals are because that helps us to guide you. If you've got a really massive stretch goal that you want to achieve very quickly, then you're going to have a different level of intensity than someone who still has a great goal, but maybe it's not so full on, so Justin and I's goal was when we started in August of 2015 and my goal was to be earning $20,000 a month by the end of 2016, which we did. That was a big goal, big goal, right? So the level of intensity that we had to put in was different to someone who wants to earn $5,000 a month in that time frame. So does that make sense? And neither is right or wrong. It's not about right or wrong. It's about what your goal is and what you want to do and what you are willing, what the intensity that you're willing to put in for that. Yes, Justin.
I would also ask you to think about how big are your dreams? Are your dreams big enough to overcome the obstacles, the time management challenge, the energy in order to do what you want to do? Nicole and my dreams are big. We want to make a seriously big impact on the world and our family and joy and all that sort of thing. So many people I talk to when it comes to goals and talks to and about their financial requirements to fulfill those goals underestimate the income that's required in order to achieve it. So I would encourage you, if you're not sure what your actual financial goals are, you haven't done that for a little while, try and chunk it back down into little bits, like what is your monthly or even weekly income that you require in order to do those big goals, to have family holidays overseas, to send children to good schools, you know, to give to charity and have non-profit organizations for a cause or whatever it is. Just really think, and eat organic, right? That's not cheap, right? So it adds up. So really think about what are the financial requirements that you need to live that dream life and then match that intensity.
Yeah. And 90 days, you can do a lot in 90 days. Like we did a lot. Like we had a pretty much in 90 days, like we reached gold in 90 days with a SIA, and then, you know, we're getting paid at consistent silver to gold after that. And maybe I don't know if Sally can talk, she's here. So Sally also got off to a very, very fast start with a SIA and did a lot in her first 90 days as well. So I don't know if Sally can share. There she is, she's out.
Hello,
Enjoying
I'm
her
out
life
at the beach. So yeah, if you just knuckle down, put your head to it and be consistent. It's about committing and being committed every single day to doing something. So being in touch with people, connecting with people you haven't spoken to for a while, checking in, seeing how they are, not mentioning redox, you know, until the third or fourth connection. But it's about filling the funnel and always having people in your funnel, and you never know who's going to pop out and say that they're ready. But no one can pop out if you haven't put anyone in and actually had the conversation. So it's going to be about generating conversations and, you know, meeting people all over. I love being out and about because you never know who you're going to meet outside. There's people everywhere, and I don't meet many people out there in the water because you can see there's only me out there swimming there, no one else. But put yourself into rooms and environments where there's people and events. Stretch yourself, be uncomfortable, and you'll just meet people everywhere, and everyone's got a story and a problem and something that redox can help. So it's really about getting in those situations, and we'll help stretch you in the next 90 days.
Yeah, totally. Do you want to share a little bit about what your first 90 days was like in a SIA, Sally, because you were pretty quick?
So yeah, I guess I started, and I just, with a vengeance, I told everyone about, you know, the product, because the product really is amazing. And yeah, I just told people that they needed to be on it and they needed to be ordering it themselves, because I didn't want to be ordering it for them. So setting up their own account with a SIA and helping them get started, helping them get their product. So that's always the tricky part, is how do you get people to cross the line? And, you know, you're really moving them through a process of telling them, then sharing what it is, how it can help them, and then getting them the product on their body and in their body. So a lot of people get stuck with the sharing of the information, and then, you know, they just get stuck. They don't ever know how to follow up and move to that next step. So in the 90 days, we're going to show you how to do that. But yeah, it's really about moving through those 3 steps. And I guess I was good at it. I moved them through, and I wanted them to have the product quickly. So placing their order, making sure they got it in 3 or 4 days, and following up to make sure they were using it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just, every day, I just kept doing the same thing. So it might sound a little boring, but, you know, when you can get a lifestyle like I'm choosing now, where I'm at the beach and I'm working and talking and lunching with my sister.
Hey, Jane!
It's, yeah, it's really cool, but it's taken me 3 or 4 years to get to this level. And, you know, but in the beginning, it was really just using my current network of people around me, sharing the product, really building 2 businesses at once, and then choosing which one I was going to continue with. So you can all do it. I can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. So this is like, you know, what, 4 years in for you, Sally, now, and you just closed your clinic.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's exciting. You got to decide what it is you really, really want, and then take steps moving towards that goal. And you don't have to complete the goal tomorrow, but consistently doing something every single day, whether it's working on yourself or you're out talking to people. It's a mixture of all of those things, because if you stay where you are, then you're stuck. You've got to just keep moving in a direction. And when you're held accountable in a group like this, we have fun, and yeah, you have someone to check in with every week and a call to be on every week. So, and it's costing you nothing to do this. So just be in it and be part of it and see where it takes you.
Well, we'll get some cool guest speakers. We had some great ones last year too, so line up some cool ones again this year. So anyone have any questions for us while we're here? So we've got some little bit of time to do questions, or yes, Justin?
So yeah, so just on that, what Sally was saying is like you just learn the skills. So if you find that there's an area you are getting stuck, like transitioning from people looking at the information and then not knowing how to close, I don't know why in sales terms they call it close, because it really should be open. It's more opening and deepening the relationship, right? But like take it to the next step, then just reach out and ask, right? There are great skills and talents across the team, and it's really important that you don't try and do this yourself. No one succeeds at doing this themselves. When Nicole and I first started, we had a lot of phone calls with the US and we're reading a lot of books, and we can't say that we did it ourselves, right? And we're inspired by people that came and did it after us as well. When Sally took off like a rocket and went silver in 5 weeks, it was like, wow, that's amazing. Okay, so be inspired by who you introduce and what they're doing as well, and reach out for help. And that's what the accountability groups are about. My hope for you is that in the accountability groups, you not only learn about being accountable and moving forward, but and learning to measure and check in as well. I'm going to do some work about tracking your activity outside of Genie as well, but also working as a team and asking for help. And when people ask you for help, being able to teach and guide them. Because one thing I've learned in my life is when you teach things, you really get to know them. You know, it's different to just learn them and practice them, but when you teach them, they become a part of you. So we all get, you know, many of us will get an opportunity to do that. And I also want to just give a big shout out for all the amazing executives that aren't here on the call today, because they're in Mexico and they are at the Ascent trip. So good for them. Right, Janine's over there as well, and they're having a great time. And you know, this challenge is a way for you to get to reach to the beach for all of us. So really encourage you to go for it and ask for help when you need it. Back to you, Nikki.
Awesome. So does anyone have any questions, or anyone would like to make a declaration of what they want to do if they know what they want to achieve in the next 90 days? I know you haven't done your why and your goals yet, but if you're clear, no time like the present to declare it to a group. It gives
Yeah, put it in the chat box. Declare what you're going to achieve. That's really, really powerful. Any other questions on the format of the challenge? Pop it in the chat box. Nikki, did you have any more to show on the PowerPoint?
No, that was it for the PowerPoint.
That's it. Fantastic. Great.
No questions? I know we got someone, Nicole from Malaysia there. Hi.
Yeah, great to have you, Nicole. Fantastic. So other things that are going to support you on this journey. So, of course, we're going to do the 12:30 to 1 o'clock calls. I'm going to continue to do them, and that's building online recruiting skill. But make sure you take advantage of the network you have offline and build your skills offline, and then transition to online recruitment and social media as well. But I'll do that every day, 12:30 to 1 Australian Eastern Standard Time. There is also the Mentoring with a Diamond at 5:30 p.m. on a Monday. All of this is in Australian Standard Time or Brisbane time. We have the Redox Talks at 7:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. At 8:30 p.m. on a Tuesday, I spend an hour going through using the Redox Rockstars funnel, using the ASEA Business Coach, using Facebook, and how to do that in more detail. We have the Expert in the House every Wednesday night as well. And with that one, they're all recorded. So just start to look at the tools, the Renew with Redox group, putting people into tools, learning to do the ad tag, message strategy. All of these things are at your disposal to help you succeed in this challenge. And Nikki, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the prizes people could win in this challenge.
Okay, so we're going to have like a weekly prize, as I said, for the top enroller, top contacts. You'll get to choose a great book that will, you know, help you and inspire you, books about the network marketing industry, personal development books. So that will be really, really cool. And of course, just by doing this challenge and doing the work, you are going to earn. If you do this challenge properly, you will earn one of the incentive trips. Like that is like a given, particularly all of you that are here in Australia and New Zealand, the Bali trip. You know, it's only just started the qualification period, but I believe, you know, the people in like Nicole that is in Malaysia can earn the incentive to go to convention that finishes. There's 2 months still left on that, finishes at the end of July for the Asian markets. the convention incentive finishes at the end of August for the United States and Canada markets. So you can qualify for these trips, and like that is like an extra bonus, right? You're going to get this incentive, like, as well. You're going to grow your business, create an income. Like, if you grow this the way that this 90-day challenge is intended, you could definitely create a solid bronze business in 90 days. Like, absolutely. If you set the intention and you're focused, you can do it. So you'll create that. You'll get a free trip as well, which is awesome, which you get to go on with all of these amazing people. So that is pretty phenomenal. Like, I'm really looking forward to going to Bali. I love Bali. Sally's like, Bali. I've never been there. I love it. I've been there 5 times, I think. And yeah, it's a great place to go. So, a lot of you here are from Australia and New Zealand. So that would be the one that you're going for. And, you'll get to have a holiday with all these people that are like-minded. ASEA will pay for it. And, it's a beautiful place to go. It's like you get a massage I literally get a massage every single day when I go to Bali. It's awesome.
Yes, Monica, every incentive trip that ASEA does, it's always for 2 people, which is really great. It doesn't even have to be your partner. If they haven't been behaving, you can take a friend. You can take a team member. You can take a family member. But yeah, it is really nice. And what we've seen as right now in Cancun, in Ascent, a lot of the ladies who've been building a business, they take their husbands. And when the husbands go along and they see all these other people there and they see how real it is and the authenticity of the people and the spirit of what ASEA is, they're like, wow, okay, and they become much more supportive of usually the mum, wife, a lady building the ASEA business. In most cases, the men don't really understand until they see that, and they're like, wow. So these incentive trips are a great opportunity to take husbands and partners. And sometimes the other way around, absolutely. But the majority of the people building businesses are the ladies. So, yes, enjoy the trip for 2.
Lena's going for platinum. Great work, Lena. I know you.
Yeah, baby.
Everything you've got going on. So, yeah, and the great thing about the Bali trip as well, for those of you, I know quite a few of you on the call here that I'm looking at, I know you have children that are at home still, and you can take your kids on this trip. You'll just have to pay, a room supplement fee to take your children, but you can take your children. We will be taking Joy to Bali. We've actually done a family holiday with her to Bali, and she loved it. She just absolutely loved Bali. There's a kids club at the resort, so you can put your kids there for a few hours a day, have some parent time, have some mummy time, and go and have a massage and sit by the pool and have a cocktail without the kids, and then you can have some time with the kids as well. So it's the best of both. It's a great place to go for a family holiday.
Yeah. Yeah, Bali's one of the best places to take kids. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Oh, go Mary, go Silver. Yeah, I love all the declarations in the chat box. It's fantastic. Very good. Put it up there. Put it on your vision board. Put it on your screensaver on your phone. Whatever it is, just keep that vision in your mind and work towards it. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, everyone.
Justin's going to do his 12:30 call, like teaching you how to do prospecting on social media. And so you can stay on there with him and learn about that. So you can block out an hour every Monday, so you can do this and then the 30 minutes as well. So yeah, really looking forward to supporting you all. Like, it's really to be able to create a business like this where you have like a recurring residual income opens up so much freedom in your life. Justin and I, like, Joy was slow this morning, so we got to have breakfast with her. She didn't finish till 9:15, and it didn't matter because we didn't have to be anywhere. And then, we took her to daycare. We went to Pilates afterwards. Sally's out at the beach in the middle of the day on a Monday. So we still have great businesses. We still work. We're still making a big contribution, but we have a lot of flexibility in our lives, and that's what it can give to you as well, which takes a lot of stress out of your life, I believe. But having the not being like constricted and rushing and things like that. Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's the most important thing is getting out of that sense of survival. I absolutely hated going to restaurants and always choosing what I ate according to the price. I hated that feeling. I don't want any of you to experience that survival and get into thriving, which is just amazing. And you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, let's wrap you up, Nikki, and let's get started on the 30 minutes of action. Let's get it done. IPAs.
Thank you, everyone.
See you, Nikki. Good work. Oh, yeah, unmute if you want to say goodbye.
Thank you, Nicole and Justin. This is utterly fabulous. Thank you.
Love you, Margot. You're awesome.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Nico and Justin. Yeah, amazing.
So if you've never seen this, good to stick around, have a look. This can certainly not designed to replace all of your offline action, but it is definitely designed to complement. And I've got my training wheels on when it comes to social media and Facebook and using the funnel. I am still learning a lot about this whole process. So this 30 minutes of action, 12:30 to 1, Monday to Friday, is about getting better at it. And the people that have done a lot of this, and there's not a lot of people that are on this call every day, I'll be honest, but those that are, they are getting better. They are seeing this is achievable and they can do it. Fraser Brooks talks about building your business on the toilet. How many times do you go to the toilet every day? And then when you're on the toilet, be commenting and liking and doing a part of this process even while you're on the toilet. And the idea for us is to really empower people to see how they can do this around their life, around their work, when they're on a bus, when they're on the train, and learning to do your business on your phone wherever you can. Now, for this session, I recommend setting up with a computer and have your phone and your iPad or, all your different devices ready to go, because that'll make you more efficient. And coming on the call gives you a stretch. 30 minutes is not a long time to really get into this, but the more you do it, the better you get. So we're going to follow the 5-step sharing cycle that we have in the share guide, and we're going to focus on step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So a couple of preparation tips. You've got to have Genie Pro to have the Redox Rockstars funnel, and that is going to make step 4, the presentee and the follow-up, much, much easier. Okay, so that's really important. Install it on your smartphone. If you're ever having troubles with your Genie app on your smartphone, just delete it and reinstall it. It makes a big difference. When they do upgrades, sometimes it plays up a little bit. Just reinstall it. Okay, have the Facebook Messenger app on your phone as well, or your iPad. And doing voice messages is really important too. It's just to shake it up and shift it, do a different way of contacting. So when you do this, have different browsers open. So like I have Chrome and Safari. Even if you just got the one, have multiple tabs. So you've got Facebook, you've got Facebook Messenger, you've got your See a Business Coach, and you've also got the document there. See the link there? I can pop that in the chat box. If you don't have this yet, put this in a browser and then make sure you bookmark it, because this is a document where I've been building up different sample scripts. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a robot and use all this word for word. By all means, customize it and make it your own. But this is a great way to stimulate the conversation and the different steps through it. And that document is being improved regularly. So I think I just put a new thing in there last week. And I think I even put the link to the PowerPoint in that document now as well. So if you ever want to go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so let's get started. So step 1 is about collecting friends and using the C.L.A.M method. The C.L.A.M method is comments, likes, adding, and messaging people. So, some common ways to, if you want to, I would recommend use your existing network first. The warm market's going to be easier. But if you need to find people, you can find people in specific areas with specific interest by using the Ninja search tool, and use this kind of a conversation. Right? Hey, I noticed you come up on my suggested friends list. Thought it'd be cool to connect. How's things? All right. So these are all sample scripts, and they're in the document there. Now, LORD is a great acronym of turning strangers into friends and friends into family. So LORD stands for location, occupation, recreation, dreams. And when we do the actual work, we'll do 5 minutes of doing this. Do a little competition. Pop your details in the chat box, your results. And this is something you may want to follow. Okay, this is word for word the conversation out of Fraser Brooks' book, I Dare You, on how to use LORD. Okay, when we report and our accountability, we're going to do it this way. How many likes, how many comments, how many shares? You might share a post, right? Be aware of when you share posts. It may drive people back to that page, which you may or may not want to do. So you need a little bit of discernment when it comes to sharing. How many friend requests you've sent out and how many you've accepted. Okay. And then there's different scripts as well as far as when you're using Facebook marketing as a tool, Facebook as a marketing tool, you don't want to always connect with people that are involved with a SEO, right? You're looking for new people that have similar interests to you that you genuinely want to connect with and build your network through. Okay, so start to do your research on them, check them out, make sure they've got a decent profile picture, make sure that they're not just a spammy Facebook account, they're not like sexually orientated or trying to sell you dodgy sunglasses or whatever. Check out how many friends they've got. Make sure you're dealing with a real person as well. So you don't want trolls. Obviously, you want good people. And then when people send you a friend request, right, check out who they are, find out what they want. And if you send a friend request or you accept a friend request, make sure you send a message with it. Like you want to get personal. You want to turn strangers into friends and friends into family. Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. Love to have you on the call. All right. So I'll leave it on that big script there of the Lord. And I'll turn my video off, mute myself, and for 5 minutes now, let's jump on Facebook. I would suggest maximum of 2 areas, like 2 groups. Right, so I'm using a local business group that I'm building new relationships in, and I'm also doing a health group that I'm part of and building relationships in that. And they're the 2 main areas I'm focused on. Okay, so don't do too many, and just start to build relationships in there. Comment, like, get to know people. Okay, we'll come back in 5 and report in the chat box. Good work. All right. Okay. So coming back. So that was around 5 minutes. And in that time, I'll pop in the chat box. I did 3 comments and I accepted 3 friend requests. And, you know, like the only reason I think why I had 3 friend requests is because I've been active on Facebook. And, you know, like I'm getting these friend requests a lot more and connecting with a lot more people. It's really great. Well done, Julie. 4 comments, 2 friend requests accepted. 5 comments, and you're very good, Margot. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, some of us are also doing like the 15-day ninja challenge from Fraser Brooks. I'm doing a pretty bad job of it, but it's intense. There's lots of cool things to do. 3 comments and 3 likes. Jackie, well done. That's awesome. 12 likes. Sharon, 3 comments. That's brilliant. Everyone's getting an idea. Fantastic. The more you do, the more you'll feel confident in doing it. That's really good. So you really want to take people through that process of turning a stranger into a friend, and that's going to take some time. And I would really encourage you to start to allocate some time for online, checking notifications on Facebook. That's an area I've not been particularly good in the past, and I kind of really got it last week. I have to set time and do that every day. You know, so this is like any other way of prospecting. It takes consistency, it takes time, and how you show up on social media is really a reflection of the sort of the attractive, whether people are going to be attractive to wanting to do business with you, wanting just to friend you and know who you are. Okay, so spend the time getting to know people, doing that Lord thing. Like Sally said on the previous call, she was like, reach out 3 or 4 times before like the idea of health or redox or whatever turns up. Maybe not health, but you know, redox comes into the conversation. You know, build the relationship first. Once you've got it to that level, then you can reach out to people and then start to say, hey, if I had some information that could help you with XYZ, you know, would you be interested to check it out? Could be financial, athletics, health concern, whatever it is. It's only the warm market or the people that you've already spoken to in person, perhaps they haven't seen the redox funnel. You may be able to more quickly say, hey, just to follow up, you know, still doing that redox thing, got some great new information, new website, maybe check this out. Or, you know, I'm working on something exciting. It may or may not be for you. Would you be interested to take a look? You know, and then send them through the funnel. The key with this is to put them into the See a Business Coach and send them the private link through that, because then you'll get notified if they're like clicking on things and what they're most interested in. So I wouldn't just like spam people out of the blue. I'd ask them if they're interested to take a look. When they say yes, and I'd put them in to See a Business Coach at this point. Okay, and you don't need their number, their phone number, or their email. You just need their name. If you're working on Facebook Messenger, if you're connected on there, pop that into Genie, and then make a note and copy and paste the Facebook message note into Genie. So you're keeping a track of your record. And what also happens then, 1, for the 90-day challenge, you're classified as contacting someone through Genie, so that's always good. But 2, it raises that person's priority up in your contact list. So the people you've been contacting most frequently are up in the higher part of that list. Okay, and you can quickly scroll down and see a Business Coach and see, okay, it's been 2 days since I've contacted this person, or it's been 2 weeks, or maybe it's been 300 days, right? So this is a way to go back to people you're speaking to a while ago and say, hey, you know, new exciting ways to learn about redox, check out the funnel. Or, you know, don't say check out the funnel. You know, are you interested to have a look at this link, right? And then if they say yes, then send them through the link. So take them through that process and really try and send them the personalized links to make it easy. Okay, so let's go for 5 minutes and come back and report how many invites you got through. Well done. Okay, so pop in the chat box how you went. So today I actually didn't get any links out. I only got 3 messages out. So I think probably this phase takes the longest. And in my normal practice, like when I'm not on a 30-minute call, I'll spend more time in this section because that getting to know people, opening them up, seeing if they're open for an opportunity or open for something that may be able to solve the challenge, that takes longer for me. It takes a while. And often also what happens is it can turn into a live chat. And a live chat's really good. If it's a live chat, then it can all happen fast. But if it's like the people only check their messages once every few days, something like that can be quite slow. So yeah, I had someone ask for a link. Go Enya, that's fantastic. That's the ultimate, right? That's what you want. So 2 messages, 2 connections, 1 connection from Jenny. Great work, Julie. Fantastic. 1 post, reach out, 1 contact into Jenny. Good work, Bob. Love to hear people using Jenny. Mary, 2 contacts, 1 reach out, 1 invite from Beverly. Fantastic. Good work. Okay, so what I want to do next is, now step 3 is obviously the presentation, and that is taken care of by the Redox Rockstars funnel. Now, of course, there are other presentations which you would still want to use. The Redox Talks on a Tuesday night, live events, brochures, 3 and 5 demonstrations, all of that sort of stuff. The add, tag, message strategy and renew with Redox as well. Add them to the group, tag them in notifications, message to create a 3-way message group, 3-way calls. All of that is all still important. We're just focusing on how to use this social media and use the IT to make things a lot faster and more streamlined. So using that Redox Rockstars funnel as much as you can to do the presentation is fantastic. And there's the personalized link there, and there's the general funnel link as well. Okay, so now let's get into number 4. And number 4 is probably my favorite because I am actually following people up. Now, some people I've been following up for a long time, and so literally some of them have been like a year or plus where they keep saying they're interested, but for whatever reason, they just don't look at the link. They say they're going to call me, they don't. But every time I call them, they're still interested, right? So I'm just going to keep following up until they say, stop calling me. And I've not had many people actually say that, probably about 2 ever. So let's do some follow-up, come back in 5 minutes and go from there. Okay, so pop in the chat box. I did 4 follow-ups. And what I'm excited about is like by doing that, I'm looking at my See a Business Coach. I'm seeing all these other people I want to follow up. It's like, oh, wow, I've got so much stuff going on. And now from some of the things I've generated in this 30 minutes, I've got a live chat going with a guy that I hadn't previously connected with. And yeah, we're talking about all sorts of things. So, you know, he's got a daughter that's actually had some serious drug problems, and there's a lot of toxicity there. So, you know, like I might be able to really help him. So look, the process, the goal is not to like, you know, just try and get the highest numbers you can with this 30 minutes. The goal is to learn the process and to feel comfortable with doing it, to learn a new skill that will give you the freedom with consistency to actually run your business from anywhere in the world. Just connecting to the internet and using all the tools at our disposal. Bob Fordham, Soul Achiever and you. Yeah, and send info from Jeannie. Exactly, that's great. So you have these live interactions, you pop the details in the Jeannie and you follow up and you help keep track of all these conversations that I can tell you in my first years, I kept losing. So many live conversations I had were great, but because it wasn't tracked in an electronic form well, I probably lost a lot of those people. So great work, Anya, 4 follow-ups. Great work, Mary, a follow-up. That's great. Go, Bob. 1 email sent. Beverly, fantastic. So great work, everyone. Congratulations. I want really hat off to you for giving it a try. That's what it's all about. 1 step at a time, getting better all the time. Now, did we want to open it up for questions at all? Did anyone have any like how-to things? 2 follow-ups, Jackie. Congratulations. You're doing it. You're getting there. Yes, Anya, just unmute yourself.
I was just wondering, when you send someone an email, because they're not on Facebook, to be able to track that, do I have to do it on the app or can I still do it on the desktop computer?
The email actually works really well on the desktop. Yeah, so if I'm only going to send an email, which honestly I hardly ever do now, yeah. I want to do everything on Facebook or text if I can. Just because we know that open rates are about, I think 14% of emails are opened, and it's more like 80% of Facebook messages, 80 to 90% of Facebook messages are opened. So it's a really big difference, right? So yeah, I'm only doing that for people that specifically say they want an email or they're just not on social media at all. So yeah, desktop's really good for that. Now, a little bit of a trick to get a private link for your Redox Rockstars site on a desktop. There's a bit of a journey for that. So do you mind if I just screen share that and show everyone?
Yeah, sure.
This is the current system, but it's being updated. So so I've got a lot of tests in this, right? So say I want to contact Janine, I want to send her an email, right? Before I do that, I need to go to the library section. I need to find my Redox Rockstars funnel. Categories, prospecting, Redox Rockstars funnel. See the link there? Create a link to this asset. And when I click on that, it comes up with a name. Now I could just copy the public one, but that's where they have to put their details in, right? And when people start having to put their name and number or name and email into a website, some of them kind of freak out, right? So I want to copy that. And then I want to go back to the contact. Then I'll go to Janine. Then I'll send a contact. Then I'll email. Then in here, I can pop the link. Now that link, that bit.ly link is specific to Janine. So I'll get a notification if Janine opens that link. And that's what you really want. You want those individual links. Yeah. So, you know, it's fail safe. You know who's opened what.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Justin, if you send that bit link in Messenger, is it still assigned to that person?
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I do the private link on a computer. But I actually find like it's easier for me on a phone to send the private link. And most of what I do, sending a private link, I will do on my phone now. So I'll just share my phone.
Sorry, I've got to go. I just realised what time it is. Bye, everyone.
So So there's my phone. I click on the ABC. It logs in. It's cool. It'll log in by facial recognition. No. Click on that. Okay. Needs that in there. Ding. So I go to Janine, I go to send info, I click on the picture of Redox Rockstars, and I go copy to clipboard, the private link. And then I just get out of there, go to Messenger, search for Janine, and paste that. So you can see it's like much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the app for like sending private links on Messenger. It's pretty good, but you know, you can do it on the desktop as well. Yeah. If I had just sent a text and an email through the app,
Yeah.
that would be a private link as well.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not the case on the desktop at this point.
Justin, can I ask a question? I just noticed when you were going through that, on your signature at the bottom, you've got your Team ASEA website as well.
Yeah. Need to change.
Should we take that? Do you think we should take that off so that's not confusing?
I'm going to. Yeah. I just need to get the you know, we do it on Viber for $5 and then do your HTML signature. I've got to update that. That's a good call. When you put the Redox Rockstars funnel, don't put www. in front of it. So what's happened on the internet is they've changed the security for websites. And if you put www. and then the website, you actually have to pay for a security website, a security certificate. It's about $300 a year, right? It's really annoying. But if you put HTTPS // and then the website, you don't need the security thing isn't a problem. Or just don't put anything. Just put redoxrockstars.com. Oh, sorry. So for me, it would be justinandnicole.redoxrockstars.com. No precursor www or anything like that. So yeah, so that's actually changed across the whole internet. And it is important because people, when it comes up the www and they say it's not a secure website, they freak out. So yeah, just eliminate the www. The other thing I will put in my email signature, you can see that's a pretty old one because it's got my Skype name. I never use Skype anymore, but I use Facebook a lot. So I'm going to put my Facebook profile is justin.phillips.5220. I would encourage you to start to get to know what your exact username is on Facebook and put that in all your signatures and business cards because that's how people are connecting. Hey, cutie! Oh, it's warm in the PJs.
He's been homesick today.
Yeah, 11 o'clock in the morning in PJs. Nice.
No, it's actually 3:12.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's 3 the other way. Yeah.
Yeah. He just made. You want to go get your box and show Justin? He can see it now. He just made. Look, he's got his little bottle. He wanted to show you that he's been spraying it in his mouth all day.
Good man. That's a good point. If people don't have nebulizers and they've got a bottle, take a deep breath.
Look, Cooper. Look what Justin just did. Look. Can you see? He's spraying. He's showing how. This is his box, and it's. What does it say, Cooper?
Oh, the clear box.
It says. What does it say? ASEA. What does it say? Cooper's ASEA company. That's what he just said.
Hey, go Cooper! You can be your own CEO.
Yeah.
Very good. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Great. Okay. We'll keep up the good work. Thank you everyone for coming on the call. Really appreciate it. I'll be back here tomorrow, 12:30 to 1. Please come and join me. And just keep following the process. It gets better and better. And now I'm going to go back to some of the live chats that I've got going from that were stimulated out of the work we just did. So I always plan that, like after my call, I leave some time so I can continue the follow-up. Awesome. Stay well. Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.